Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with another night of virtual velocity sponsored racing for the Chop Shop crew. Virtual velocity racing, they race on Thursdays. Their next gen series. That's the only series that I know off the top of my head. Go over, check them out on Facebook/virtual velocity racing. Tim Lee, he's the owner over there. He'll get you set up. He's the man with the plan. We couldn't do this without them. So, Tim, shout out to you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for sponsoring Chop Shop. And I hope you enjoy the coverage. That being said, I'm your host, Ryan, and I am out. My partner in crime, Church, is not with me tonight. Reasons unknown. Something we will overcome and live with as the evening goes on. We are at Long Beach, California, folks. This track ain't no joke. As you can tell just by the camera views, very tight racing. Bring up the race info for you here. 77 degrees, 36% humidity, partly cloudy, 9 mile an hour winds. The Grand Prix of Long Beach, known as the ARCA Grand Prix of Long Beach since 2019, for naming rights reasons, is an IndyCar Series race held on the circuit in downtown Long Beach, California. If you didn't know, now you know where we're at. We're over in Cali. It is 1.95 miles long. The track temperature is 103 degrees with an altitude of 10 feet above sea level. I am fighting being sick, ladies and gentlemen, so if I cut in and out, probably because I'm muting my mic to cough. I don't want to cough in your guys' ears. That's disgusting. I'm sure you don't want to hear it either. As we're going to sit back here, we're going to wait for these guys to finish up qualifying. We'll go through your starting grid, and we'll get this party underway. All right. All right, we got James Pierce, Theodis Marshall, Peyton Sweet, Michael Strickland. I don't know why half the names are showing up. This guy messing me up a little bit. We got Joe Hudson, Steven Salas. He's going to round out your top 6 for the GTPs. Then you got Gene McClune, David Steiner, Nathan Bigart. We had a huge debate about that. Colby Hardtongue, Wesley Strait, Tyler Hammond, Theodore, I want to say Saudi, but it's probably Seidel. Sorry, brother. Mark Gretchen and Noah Blackwell will round out for the GP. The old blimp view. You can just hear the actually sound pretty back up. Look how tight it is. This is not going to be an easy track. Long story short, as well, 17 incident points is all these guys get. If they get 17 incident points, they have to do a black flag drive-through under green, which we don't have yellow, so that doesn't matter. On top of that, if they get that initial 17 incident points where they have to do a drive-through, it's every 10 after that. So they're going to have to be careful. Pierce, Marshall, Sweet, Strickland, Solace. And then you got McClune, Steiner, Hartung, Biggert. Stryker already crashed. I missed the start of it for the GTPs. I didn't think they would. See what happens here. Oh my goodness. They're all wrecking. They're all wrecking. Hold on. Let's see what happened to Stryker first. He got lined up. This is not the way these drivers want to start this race. What happened here? Braking. He's going to get ran into, I bet. Oh. I don't see the crash. Let's go Nathan Bigger's wreck, see what happened. Oh, little button and banging coming out of the corner. They're just bouncing off each other on that hairpin. Nothing serious. Go back to green flag here. We got Gene trailing Steiner here, trying to reel him in. Let's get the track map up for you. There's only 11 turns. There's not a ton of them on here, but man, it's tight. You see how much they have to slow down just coming out of there. Quick. Oh, I have to figure out where so you can see that hairpin that he's going into, right? I guess that's not it. Oh, the one just before. Hutchins with an accident. Let's check it out. Down. Hit the wall. Didn't slow down fast enough. That sucks. Dave Steiner's up one position. Mark Gretchen right here up 3 positions already. He's sometimes slow is the fastest way around these tracks. You avoid all the chaos. You get right around all these guys. He's gonna hold his own just fine. Stryker with an accident. Steven Solis with an accident. Stevens must have been bad. He jumped to the pits afterwards. See how bad it was. He just spun and jumped to the pits. Okay. Maybe he ain't having it tonight. Let's see Stryker. These cars are already ridiculously fast. That hairpin. Yeah, he almost had to come to a complete stop just to make that corner. I'm assuming just because he had to stop, that's why they're calling it. SDK. Yeah, because it never happened. SDK does that from time to time. He might just nick the wall too. James Pierce, your leader for the GTPs. Marshall behind him, Strickland behind him. Sweet, Hutchins, and Solis. Then we got Steiner, McClune, Biggert, Hardtongue, Wesley Straight. These guys are trying to get as much out. Oh. See, Peyton Sweet crash. Striker was able to get around him when that happened. See if he spun. Seems to be the MO here. Locks him up. Oh, yep. See? You just overturned that corner too much. Guy will dip down beneath you. That was Striker that dipped down beneath Peyton Sweet here. Mark Retchin had an accident. See if his is similar. Getting a little squirrely. It's this this hairpin right here is just pain. That's all it was. It said he hit the wall. No, it's not real. No harm, no foul. He's going to keep rolling, folks. Mark Retchin is still your favorite. So we got Pierce, Marshall, Strickland, Sweet, Hutchins in the GTPs. We got Steiner, McClung. Man, these guys are just barely getting out of that corner. McClune, Biggert, Hard-Tongue, Straight. Top 5 in both series. It's going to be really hard for these GTPs to work their way around all these GT3s as well. That's another thing that we've got to keep a close eye on. They're so fast. Once they get to these straightaways, they're going to make a ton of speed. I need map. Let me move the map down for you, so all the logos are put up. I do apologize. See if I can remember how to do this. MJ rooting on Steiner. Steiner's quick. He's in the lead. You can see him in that dominate BMW. He's holding off Gene. Gene is reeling him in slowly but surely, but he's holding him off for now. We can jump in the cockpit. Let's jump in the cockpit and work on this, dragging the map. Underneath. Cockpit. See how hard he wheels it. Down to first gear. You can see he has a mirror full of Gene right now. Bear with me, folks, while I bring. Wheeling that BMW. Try this. There we go. Bring it down there. There we go. It's all better now. How close they are. Somebody we got back finally. Mr. Tyler Hammond. Looks like he got an issue. Let's go see what that issue is about. Tyler Hammond, the son of John Hammond, the owner of ChopShop Racing. And that's not barely scraped the wall. The son of the chop shop owner. They had last week. They had a little bit of an issue with their computer. They got it all taken care of. So now he gets to come back out here and run with these guys. He's currently sitting at 12. He's gonna work on his craft. So right now we got Pierce, we got Marshall, we got Peyton Sweet, we got Hutchins. Then we have David Steiner, Steve McClune, Nathan Biggert, Kobe Hart. You got Stryker back behind him, just looking for a hole, looking for a way to get around Kobe Hart. He's going to go under him. He's going to speed up, get around him. We'll get on the straightaway. Break. See how James Pierce is handling. Still aggressive as he always is. Oh, look how much they have to slow down. That's incredible. Brake bias is probably going to be the most important thing these guys are going to have to deal with tonight. Get enough rear brake in the car to rotate the car into these corners, but not too much to where it's going to spin them. It's amazing how these guys can memorize these tracks as well as they can. I do believe if I remember right, I do believe they're all allowed to run with the race line, which I think helps when you're trying to learn and develop the track. Some people disagree with it. That's how I see it. Steven Salas had an accident. Let's see what his looked like. Whew. Hit the wall. Hit the wall. Incident points are going to be a factor today, folks. I don't care what you say. As many of these crashes keep popping up on my feed, it's definitely going to be an incident. That's probably going to be the biggest factor on who wins and loses. Stryker's down a lap. I'm not 1,000% positive how he became a lap down. Let's see if I can get back. He did crash. Let's see if it was bad enough to where he had to tow. Ooh, yeah, that'll do it. So what he ended up doing was going into pit lane. After he towed the pit. His car was all janked up. Oh, he didn't tow. He just drove it to pit road. Okay. So just stuff like that. You hit the wall. That's what it'll do to you. Don't want to. If you hit the wall, you want to side. Don't want to smack into it. It's no bueno. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Everybody watching the broadcast. This is do you imagine this track if they had rain? That would not be good either. It'd be extremely difficult. These drivers are having a hard enough time with these corners popping up than they do. See how close Pierce comes to the wall. Thaddeus Marshall, his teammate, back behind him. He's trailing about 13 seconds behind. Everybody else, Peyton Sweet's 5 seconds. Right here. We have no Christopher Stryker back in the pits. Oh, I would say this is not Stryker's night. Stryker having huge amount of issues. I think pit road right now. Let's pull him up. See what's doing. Michael Strickland right in the booth. You got me?
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, buddy. I hate to talk to a man when he's down, but you want to give me some insight on what exactly is going on down there? I mean, this is really uncharacteristic of you.
Yeah, I'm out here at the in-care care facility. They're checking out my heart rate and make sure that I didn't have a concussion.
Buddy, you're missing the whole front of your car.
Yeah. Man, all it takes is just a split second of an indecisive decision, or not paying attention, and you get caught up. So, I, I kind of tapped the wall there at the beginning parts of the race, and it gave me some tire damage. So I went in and pitted, and then of course, you're trying to make up the time when you come back out, and I just missed a braking zone. It's locked up, cold tires. Went right into the wall and probably ended my night. I mean, I got about 10 minutes of damage, so we'll get a repair, jump back out there. I get to watch the broadcast for a little while with you and see what everybody else is doing before I go back out there.
Yeah, I seen you go into the pits that first time. You went a lap down, and obviously you must have had front tire damage. Something finicky. It didn't look like you hit it too hard. And then I come back through after talking about a couple drivers, and the whole front clip's gone off your car, and you're chilling in the pits even more. So I had to throw you up here just to see what your thoughts are tonight.
Yeah, no, I love this place. Long Beach is a fun place to run. Obviously, you got to run within those limits, and I just pushed them today. I didn't pay attention, but all in all, we're still here. ER just gave me the go-ahead, so I'm going to jump back in the car here shortly once it's fixed and lay down some laps.
All right, buddy. See you in the end.
Thanks, buddy.
That was Michael Strickland there, driver of the 88, the 88 Cadillac. I mean, as you can see on his car. You can just see on the front. I mean, there's just no parts, nothing left of the poor guy. That's unfortunate. Like he said, he'll get it fixed, get out there, get laps logged. It just isn't his night. We got Theodore right here in the number 12 BMW, up 6 positions, running down. Tyler Hammond with another incident here. I can't keep up with all these incidents. Bear with me. It's always the same airport. Yeah, I think when they get just so close to the wall there, it counts as events. No biggie. So right now for your GTPs, we got Pierce, Marshall, Sweet, Solace, Strickland. GT3s, you got Steiner, McClune, Bigger, Saudi, Seedle. It's Seedle. But he's doing really good. He's up 6 positions. He's running, let's see, his last lap was 122.64. The leaders, David Steiner's running a 120.51. Best. His last lap was 120.75. Colby Hartung with an accident. Here we go again. Let's see if he hit the wall. Game being. Ooh. Yeah, see. They get close to that wall, it just counts it as a crash. But it's not counting down to iRacing. Guaranteed, or your money. checking Tyler Hammond up 4 spots. I don't know if B&B's watching, but your grandson's doing some work tonight. He's sitting in 8th, technically 5th place in the GT3 class, and that Kraken 4th. Very cool car. Mostly straight coming into the pits. Colby Hart on here. Cool Wick BMW machine. Partner in crime is not being found right now. Can't see. He jumped to the pits, but never said he left. Mark Retchen up 3 positions. Sitting in 7th for the GT3 class. We got Nathan Biggert here. Sitting in 3rd, roughly 5.7 seconds behind. Trying to reel in Gene. Here's Gene still chasing David Steiner, which is putting on a quote unquote dominate performance. You guys like what I did there? I use a sponsor as part of the deal. Mark Retchen had an accident. Check it out. Oh, I can already tell you where this is going. If you hit the wall in the hairpin. Oh, look at that. Clean turn. What a guy. What a drive. Good job. Tyler Hammond wrecked. Crashed. He actually did. I don't know why it's doing that. Fortunately, I gotta check him to make sure it's not like a legitimate wreck too. I'd just be horrible at my job if I wasn't checking for accidents. You know, Stryker did say he was worried he was just going to come back out and log laps. However, like I said, those incident points are going to play a major factor. It's far from over. I mean, he got roughly 35, 40 minutes left of the race. So if he gets out soon enough, which does look like he's back out, car's all fixed up. If he keeps his nose clean, he probably won't get his laps back, but he could gain some position. I don't think 8 laps is going to be the worst somebody's going to be. Steven Salas right here, sitting in 4th for the GTP class. About 2 laps in right now. Theodore Seidel. Tyler Hammond. Colby Hart. Don't look yet. Steiner's about to put Colby Hartung a lap down. This could be a determining factor if Gene gets around Steiner too. You know, that's all it takes is somebody to slow you up a little bit. Back behind them, you can see Pierce coming up. So it's going to get dicey real quick. Good to rear. We'll be giving the car everything he got. Hear how much his tires are sliding around the corners. It's incredible, actually. Pass by Pierce. That's that wheel spun completely. Striker back behind Steiner right now. Going to try to find a hole to get around him. Like I said, all he's going to have to do is keep that car clean. Tyler Hammond with an issue. Yep, on this. Dean McClellan slowly reeling in your leader here in the GT3s. I don't know if you call that pink or if you call that like a peach. But it's one. Oh man. So is Michael Strickland wrecked again? See if there's any truth behind it. Or if it's just SDK registering them going past the red line. Down, make the corner. I'll call BS. BS iRacing. Or SDK. No wreck. No crash. Dean back here just waiting for Steiner to make a mistake, and I just don't see it happening right now. But he is getting to the rear end of him, trying to rattle his cage to make him make a mistake. But it just isn't happening. Golf McLaren F1. I stuffed the car, used my fast repair, and stuffed it on the lap out. Fun while it lasted. Go Peyton. Michael Strickland said, I did the same thing. Very unfortunate, gentlemen. Very, very unfortunate. It happens, though, guys. It happens. Don't beat yourself up. Cycle through everybody here. James Pierce, your leader for the GTPs, followed by Thaddeus Marshall. Back behind them, Peyton Sweet. Those are going to be your top three for your GTP class. GT3s, you got David Steiner, you got Dean McClune, you got Nathan Biggert. We'll round out your top three. Nathan Biggert is reeling in your second place driver right now, which is also on the heels of David Steiner, your leader. He's got it down to 2.1 seconds. Very impressive. Thaddeus Marshall with an accident. Let's see if it's legit. Up, slow down. Ooh, didn't wreck it, but he definitely come to a complete stop. He is the only other GTP car on the lead lap, so theoretically he could afford to do that. Nathan Biggert in that Mercedes. Slowly reeling him in. He's gotten it down to 2 flat, somewhere in there. So hard to pass here. Even the GTPs are struggling to get around the GT3s. You can just see how tight of a racing line all this is. You gotta wait until probably the start finish line before you really start getting on it, getting around all these guys. Thaddeus Marshall entering the pits. It's a good thing we don't have caution. We'd be yellow a lot. Let's see how hard Nate's driving. Here. See how hard he's driving it in. See when he takes those corners, he's hugging that wall almost to the point of hitting it on the inside turns, just so he can get a good exit. Like that. Didn't touch it, but definitely gambling to touch it. Woo. Really close on the exit there too, just trying to get every ounce. What a race. What a race. See them all bunched up. Corners. Bunch of S curves, the big round. Like in downtown Long Beach. See the interstate up above. Traffic lights down there. It's kind of like in Chicago. The Deus Marshall in the accident. Let's check her out. This when he locked him up. Time. Different time. See what happened. Man, that same corner again. He does not like that left-hand turn. Unfortunate. Flat spot in his tires. Don't want to do that. Steiner really opening up the gap to Gene. A bunch of wrecks now. Let's see what happened to Gene. Did he actually hit the wall or did he just come close? Ooh. 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 Little pile up right there. Oh, huge pile up. Let's go back here. You can just see Nathan Biggert came a little love tap into the corner. Boom. It spun him around. James Pierce caught up in that. The Deus Marshall's the only one that made it past. That's going to take a turn in a different way. Pierce already out as he exits pit lane. I do believe they get a fast repair too. So that was probably him using his fast repair. He's going to get back out there and get after it. You know, it's hard with that hairpin turn. You know, there's it's kind of like a blind corner almost, so you can't see what's going on, which is kind of why that pile up started. So unfortunate for everybody that was involved, but that's racing too. Mark Gretchen got in some trouble here too, not too long ago as well. A little self spin, tap the wall, keeps her going. Very hard combo to hit right there. Gretchen currently sitting. Seventh for the GT3 series. Strickland back up a position. Joe Hutchins out now. He's going getting fifth position. You know, all he needs is Solace and Sweet to have some issues, and he could have a top three just like that for the GTP class. Folks, if you didn't know already, this is Chop Shop Racing's Road League, sponsored by Virtual Velocity Racing. Owner of Virtual Velocity Racing is Tim Lee. They race on Thursday nights. The Next Gen Series. Head over to Facebook, check them out. We couldn't do any of this without sponsors. Tim, shout out to you. Thank you for sponsoring Chop Shop. We do appreciate it. And if you guys are interested in running Next Gen Series, go check them out on Facebook, Virtual Velocity Racing. Ask to join, they'll hook you up. We got James Pierce, the Deus Marshall, hot on his heels, right behind him. That will be for position if he makes it around. Side by side. Nobody's giving it in. It's going to get interesting real quick. Oh no. The Deus overdrove it. Just a little bit. Come on, come on, come on. You see, dive bombs him. Brakes. Too much rear brake spins. straightens it back out. It's going again. There it goes. We're sitting on about 15 minutes to go. Your lineup: GTPs, Pierce, Marshall, Sweet, Solace, Strickland, Hutchins. Your GT3 classes: Steiner, McClune, Biggert, Hammond, Seidel, Gretchen, Hartung, Straight, Blackwell. Hammond coming in there. Filler up. Hartung also sitting in pit road. Lear for the GT3 class: David Steiner, currently holding a 14 second gap right now over Gene McClune. Nathan Biggert back behind them, sitting at roughly a minute. Mark Gretchen will be next. Check her out. Sure glad I ain't racing with these guys. I'd probably be in the wall left and right. Give me that. Always that hairpin. Oh no. Yeah, as you can see, Gretchen. I don't know what Gretchen's doing. I don't think Gretchen knows what Gretchen's doing. Trying to straighten it back out. Oh, he gets plummeted by Peyton Sweet. Sweet's not gonna be happy about that. Ouch. That had to hurt. Had to hurt. How about Tyler Hammond up 5 positions? I like watching this young man. He surprises you every time he's out. He's looking good, looking smooth. I know he puts in a ton of practice when it comes to running with the Chop Shop crew. And I know his dad's doing everything in his power. I don't want to spoil anything, but I know he was talking about getting another rig just for his kids. So it'll be cool to see a father and son duke it out, weekly on the races. My fingers are crossed for you, Tyler. I hope it happens. Mow the yard a little more than you normally would or something, brother. Give him a reason. Back in my day, that's what we had to do. We had to go house to house with a lawnmower or with a shovel just to scoop snow just so we can get a little extra coin in our pocket. Wesley Straight back here. Cool at carts. Nice to see he's still here and grinding away. He had a very unfortunate chain of events happen. First 3 or 4 races. Just couldn't get the thing to finish, honestly. I mean, it happens. You kind of go on a run of bad luck at the same time. You can just see him clip the wall right there. That's how close these guys are running to these walls, trying to cut the corner as small as they possibly can so they can get as much of an exit out of that corner. Also, All good and moving good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn up a little static. You can turn up volume. All right. Got me some water. Ready to finish it. As I'm sure these guys are ready for this nightmare to end. Since Steven Salas got an accident. Hairpin like always. Dang USDK. Steiner on pit road. It's going to give Gene the lead. Now the question is, does Gene have to pit? That is the question that we're all going to be asking. Nathan Bigger, 49 seconds behind. Steiner on pit exit. Looks like he just did a little quick gas and go. Thaddeus Marshall. See what happened. Ooh. Self spin. Just got into it a little early. That'll happen. He's sitting comfortably in second. I mean, Salas back behind him, 4 laps down. And the pink and yellow machine. Such a neat car. You can't miss Steven Salas anywhere. Guess he's in that Acura just cruising around. You can tell with these prototypes, though, nothing but carbon fiber, because if they hit anything inconveniently, front ends just come right off. And that's not very good for downforce. Kind of need that front splitter. David Steiner back out. Nathan Biggert trails him 19 seconds roughly. Gene is coming into pits. He's going to gas her up. Can David get around the track fast enough to get back around him? Here he comes. Back around him. See what the gap's going to be when Dean finally makes it back out there. 7, 8. About 8.5 seconds. 9 seconds. 10 seconds. About 10 seconds. Then you got Nathan Biggert back behind there. Another 10 seconds. Says Nathan got in an accident. Ooh, a lot of wrecks coming up. Start from the top and work our way down. Tyler Hammond had one. See what happened. Oh, it's going to be the hairpin. He made it just fine. What about Colby Hartung? Colby Hartung, James Pierce. So I'm going to say this one, James Pierce maybe got in the back of it. Find out. Ooh. James Pierce just did not turn as well as Colby Hartung would have thought he was going to. Nathan Biggert with an issue. Oh, he must have just barely scraped as he went around these two when this happened. He sees it. He's going to get underneath. Yeah, I don't know why they would count it. Steven Salas with an issue. Gets around Gene. Gets around Tyler. And he spins. Ouch. It's not what you want to do, Steven. All right. On tow. Towing at road courses sucks, just for the simple fact that it takes forever to tow to the pits on a road course. Yeah, you know, these guys are doing 1.2, you know, a minute and a half lap time, so it's going to take that long just to get towed. Tyler Hammond with another incident. Let's see what happens. Through all that. Oh, it was Pearson. Nope, they both, him and Pierce made it. No big. Fake news. Well, today in the GT3 class, it has been a David Steiner clinic. The man from Australia doing in all the work, showing these cats what's going on, what's up. Hasn't even went a lap down to the GTP class. That's just awesome. Steve McClune trailing him. Nathan Biggert trailing him. We got James Pierce, Thaddeus Marshall, and Peyton Sweet. Michael Strickland, Joe Hutchins. See Stryker back out here. Looks like he's got the track figured out earlier this morning, or earlier in the race. Good for him. Laps wind down. We're going to be sitting 5 to 10 minutes left in this race. These guys will be able to sit back, take in some fresh air, probably have a couple cold ones because they're going to need it after how frustrating this track can be. Wesley Straight with an issue. Pierce makes it around just fine. Thaddeus Marshall. Thaddeus clipped the wall, but see, that Wesley did it right there. He knew those guys were coming in hot. He took that corner wide just to give them the bottom, so he didn't get ran into. Smart move. Tyler Hammond, one of your biggest movers of this race, as he's sitting in fourth right now in the GT3 class. Nathan Biggert back behind him. Sometimes you just got to keep the car clean. All you got to do, and this is definitely one of those tracks that you got to do that in. As you can see, Tyler just kind of moves out of the way and lets Nathan Biggert by. Martin. Pete Sweet sitting in the pits. If he goes another lap down, Stryker could possibly get a fourth place finish tonight. Oh no, they're having Wesley Straight with another issue. Colby Hardtongue. Look up Colby's. Heavy braking zone, and he just missed the braking zone. It's unlike him to do that, so it's kind of strange just to see it. Stryker. Pulling over to the side. Not sure why. They pulled over to the side. Going. Car must be under power, is my guess. James Pierce, your leader for the GTPs, followed by his teammate, Thaddeus Marshall. Back behind them, they have Steven Solis in the green and pink machine. Up in front of him, he's trying to pick a way to get around Tyler Hammond. Oh, Church is here. Hold on. I'm gonna make you live here in 3 seconds, right? Listen, folks, better late than never, but guess who just finally joined me up in the booth? Churchy, what's going on, brother?
Not too bad, man. I had some airport problems getting here. Yeah, so better late than never. I made it in here. So how's the race been going?
It's full of accidents, and part of it's SDK's fault. It's seeing it like if they come close to the wall, it's counting it as a crash for whatever reason. I think it's because this track is so tight and narrow. You must have problems getting into the old JFK, hey? Or
Yeah,
LAX?
I did. Yeah, whatever airport that is. Yeah, the first flight, it was 2 flights. The first flight, they had mechanical issues. And so they had a little layover there to fix that. And then again, yeah, so we're here.
It happens. And we're on the closing laps right now. We got Pierce, Marshall, Solis, Sweet, Strickland, Hutchins. Your top 6 for the GTPs. You got Steiner, McClune, Biggert, Hammond, Seidel, Hardtongue, Straight, Retchen, Blackwell. He was there, but he didn't show up. So I don't know why he isn't racing. But I did see him in practice. He was doing pretty well. So who knows why Noah didn't make it?
So it looks like we got a new GTP driver, Joe Hutchings.
Yeah, he's 2 laps
Awesome.
down. He's not doing too shabby. He's probably still trying to figure out.
Oh! I don't know if the race is over or what, but it looks like James Pierce got spun there.
Yeah, we're going to go back to Nathan Biggert. Yeah, that wasn't a wreck. Thaddeus Marshall. Hot on James Pierce. See if they got They did. His own teammate jacked him in the hairpin. That hairpin's been treacherous tonight.
Yeah. Kind of sad that I missed the majority of it because this track just looks awesome. I mean, the bridge going over the top of it and stuff like that, the street course in general, just yeah. So we'll try to find a better flight for next time or something because yeah.
Again, man, it happens. Well, I'm fighting the sickness of death. It seems like, so I'm just happy I was able to make it.
Yeah, I wondered where you were yesterday.
Steiner's just been putting on a clinic tonight. Gene McClune is slowly reeling him in, about 8.5 seconds back behind him, but he's only given up the lead once, and that's when he took the pit.
Steiner leading the GT3s with McClune second. Big Art. I'm still gonna say bigger. I don't know. I know that's not right after I found out yesterday, but it's a habit to me, and I if it really matters to him, I guess I'll say it the right way. But Big Art is third.
You just gotta look at his name. It's Big Art. So Big Art.
Big Art. Yeah,
Big
Big Art. Yeah. Yep.
And he's been sitting in third about the whole night. You know, Tyler Hammond made it all the way up to fourth. The GT3 class. Good finish for him as checkered flags are rolling around now. We'll let them finish. We'll go over race results. Chris Robers says, keep up the great show. Thanks, Robers. Appreciate it, buddy. Don't know why you're not here tonight, but it is what it is. Hopefully we see you next week.
Probably airport problems. I don't know. It seemed like it was a big issue.
I mean, he does fly from out of country.
He does.
That could
Good
happen.
old Canada. Yep.
Sweet fish. Whoa. Wild. These guys. It's been quite the show.
Well, thanks for doing all the work tonight, man. I didn't expect that. I knew about it, and like I said, yeah. So, thank you for being all by yourself tonight and doing this. And it sounds like a little bit under the weather, so even more props, man.
Yeah, man. I want to make sure these guys get what they deserve. Oh, Reverse says he does not know. Brother, we could have hooked you up, man. All you have to do is ask. Swallow your pride.
Tell you what, it's kind of crazy running Wi-Fi. I've never seen my FPS or anything this good and running this good. So to happen on a freaking road course is kind of crazy to me. So maybe I didn't think I was going to make it, period, with the airport deal and having to download the track. I thought that was going to take forever through Wi-Fi, but it didn't take as long as I thought. So once again, I apologize for the issues at the airport.
We finish up here. Go over your results. Come on.
I can run down them here. James, looks like we got James Pierce being your winner in the GTP with Thaddeus Marshall second. Third place will be Steven Salas. Fourth will be Peyton Sweet. Fifth, Michael Strickland. And sixth will be Joe Hutchings. Your winner for the GT3s would be David Steiner. Gene McClune second. Nathan Bigart third, with Tyler Hammond fourth. Theodore fifth. Kobe Hartun sixth. Wesley Strait seventh. Mark Retchen eighth. And Noah Blackwell rounding out your field.
Yeah. Noah Blackwell was 49 laps down, so that tells me most
didn't even unload it from the trailer.
Yeah, most of these guys probably ran 50 to 55 laps somewhere in there. That's a lot of laps, man. All right.
So he did unload it. He did run a little bit, didn't he?
I don't think no, he didn't. He didn't.
I don't know.
All right, folks, we're gonna be right back. I'm gonna get all the podium finishers put in line here, and we'll get them in the music. Get them going.
Dang it. Out of myself.
All right, we are back. Let's get the winner of the GT3. Steiner, brother, what a performance tonight, man. You didn't let Gene rattle your cage one bit. Walk me through how tonight went.
Well, again, it wasn't easy. He was rattling that cage, man. He drove sensationally tonight. Tonight for you, but this morning for me, he was right on it. He was pushing. Obviously, he set the pace. He was a bit quick in qualifying. And during the race, he was pushing. I had a bit of that final turn onto the straight. That played a big role today, I'm sure. I mean, I saw those two events that affected the GT3, but I'm sure you saw plenty more. But I got a good start. I got a good run. That was always going to play a game for us at the start. And then Gene was pushing. He was setting such a pace that was forcing me to push those tyres just to stay ahead. And so I was heating up, and he kept pushing, and he drove really well. And I think, as it turns out, he went +1 on fuel. So as well as pushing me there in that first stint, he was saving fuel. So he drove really well. Yeah, it was just a challenge once again to stay ahead of him.
Were you concerned at all on that last pit stop? Because I know you came in before he did. Were you worried that you wouldn't get back around him after he pitted after you?
In this case, not too worried because of the gap. There was a fair bit of gap after the incident, and I just saw that incident in the mirror. In again the final turn, he and Nate, something happened there, so I checked it out later. That was a shame. It's good for me, but a shame for both those two guys. But that gave me that bit of gap there. So when it came time to box, I figured when he stayed out, I figured he couldn't have had too many more in the tank there of that Porsche. So I was pretty comfortable there with the gap when I came in.
Hey, man, it was a good show, man. Because he was on you majority of the race, and you could just tell he'd get to your bumper, and he was just trying to make you slip up and make a mistake. And you held your ground really, really well. And as the accident that you're talking about is in that hairpin turn, it seems like a lot of people struggled there, man. Almost everybody. But what was your insight? Was there a secret to hitting that corner just right to avoid all the chaos?
Well, I don't know. I've got what I do, and I stay way over to the left on entry, and then swing toward maximum lock to get around it. I see others taking a sharper line. I don't know how they can do it because I can't. I've got to go way out to the left there in the BMW, but maybe others are maybe using a bit of throttle to manipulate the car to rotate that car. I'm not sure. But every time you come around up to that turn, it's like that. you go through it, you do what you do every time, and then on exit, you're just sort of watching that wall and will I make it this time is what you ask yourself, right? But yeah, managed to get around it, didn't touch the wall, which is great.
Church, what do you got for him?
David, unfortunately, I had some airport issues getting here to help broadcast the race today. So I made it just towards the last of the part of the race and really wasn't able to see a whole lot. But good win, man. I like to see you Australians, and win races. You guys are some of my favorite people, man. That's all I really got. Just good win, man.
Thanks, Robert. I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Steiner, give your shout outs, brother.
Oh, look, shout outs to Gene. Well done. Yeah, you were pushing. There was a couple of moments where I could have made mistakes there, getting close to the wall. So well done. Shame about the incident. I'll take a look later, see what happened. But even after the incident and after the pit stop, he kept pushing. And he kept pushing. He was closing the gap even. So great drive by him. Well done, Nate in P3, and I think James and Thad 1 and 2. Well done to those fellas. I didn't see who was P3 there, but well done. Thanks to all the other drivers. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Appreciate it.
No problem, bud. David Steiner, P1 finisher in the GT3 class. We'll see you next week.
Roger that.
Bring up P1 finisher. Mr. James Pierce, P1 in the GTP class yet again. This one didn't look like it came as easy for you as the rest of them have. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, no, it's a good race. Had the same boost issue as I did the last race, so didn't have any boost for the first. I'd say think it was about 25 or so laps. So kind of once I got that in there, it kind of became I had to unlearn the habits of the braking zones of not having any hybrids. So after that, kind of worked up the incidents on that, and then came across the Nate Gene incident and kind of didn't say it hurt me that bad, but definitely kind of brought the gap down a little bit more than I thought, and then just held on and head of that, and that had an incident, so dropped him back on that, and then after that was pretty clean sailing. No issues after that.
You know, one of the funniest parts of it is when I think Thaddeus was a lap down still, but you guys were running. Like it was the last lap, and he dove bomb it in there a little deep and spun himself. I mean, were you guys just horsing around there?
Yeah, it was kind of a bit of a horse around him. He was he was screaming he wanted his lap back, and I was like, and of course it's gonna be one of those ones like, yeah, we're good friends, so we'll race this one out. We know that we're not gonna kill each other or actually kill the cars, so at least it was nothing deadly on that one, and we both be able to continue on that one. But yeah, it was definitely one we both knew was gonna be a highlight of the interview, or at least a clip.
Well, I can tell you what, I'm happy we didn't do any rain because that would have.
I'm disappointed. I wanted rain.
Oh man, everybody struggled so much, especially on that hairpin turn. You know, it's like you said. You know, when Nathan and Gene got involved, it's such a blind turn. If they make it through the corner and it happens, you don't know it's happening until you're there. So it's kind of an unfortunate strain of events on which that one happened. So next week we got Circuit Zandvoort, I think is the right way to say it. Zandvoort.
Mhm.
What's the plan going into that race next week?
See the wall or see God. Hopefully P1 again.
See the wall.
Just just get in there, do a couple laps of practice, and then run the race. Same as no difference on that one. Just kind of the same game plan I've had into every single one of these. Just get in there and do the job.
Church, you got anything for him?
Like I was telling the rest of these guys, man, I didn't make the race today. I had some airport delays and problems getting here, so I made it towards the end of it. But expected to see you up there, man, unless something were to happen. But good win, James. Like always, you're fast, man, and keep on keeping on.
Thank you, brother. As always.
Give us your shout outs, James.
Same thing as usual. You guys, the league, stream, iRacing, sponsors, and Thad.
Perfect, man. We'll see you next week at Circuit Van Fort.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Good old Pierce's partner in crime, Thaddeus Marshall. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good. How are you?
I am doing all right. Hey, so it sounds like James is a teammate but not a friend because he didn't want to give you that lap back.
No, he really didn't.
That's kind of an a-hole move, wouldn't you think?
I mean, not really. I lost a lap. Ended up having a meatball with like 9 minutes left in the race, so that's my fault for getting the lap down. But I really wanted to chase him down to get it back.
Well, I seen it. It looks like probably a little too much rear brake there is what caused you a looper.
It really wasn't even brake. When I pit, I didn't change tires, and he did, so I was on old tires. So probably just lack of grip, and me getting back to the throttle just looped it right into the wall.
Well, one of the things I noticed, I don't know what turn it was, but it was a left-hand turn. It wasn't the hairpin, but I watched you miss it twice. You just kind of locked him up before you hit the wall. What was going on over there?
Yet again, just old tires, and I was trying to push the car a little bit harder than what I should have been, so just locked him up. And luckily, I kept it out of the wall and was just able to back up and keep on going.
What's after tonight? Because I mean, obviously there was a ton of issues across the board. What's one of the main things you take away from tonight's race?
Really just trying to keep the car clean and pass GT3s when you can, because that was actually my first race on that track. I just recently bought it, I think, a month ago.
Wow, so you were really new. I mean, you got some practice in.
Oh yeah, I've been practicing for a good couple weeks now on it.
Well, we got Circuit Zandvoort next week. What's the preparation process going into that next week?
Just running more laps. I've ran it in a GT3 car, but running it in a GTP is going to be a whole different challenge. Much quicker. Got to just figure out when my braking markers are.
I got you. Thaddeus Marshall, folks, P2 finish in the GTP class. Give your shout out, bro.
I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting the race tonight, and ChopShop for putting the race on, and then 212 Racing, and then my good old teammate James for sharing Q set and race set tonight.
Hey, I mean, he wouldn't let you get a lap back, but at least he did that for you, right?
Oh yeah, at least he did that.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Last but not least, the one person I do want to talk to, it's a joke, people. I want to talk to all these guys, but I really like talking to this one. Mr. Tyler Hammond, what was your thought process the entire night of running around all these guys in this tight track?
It was pretty intense. I had some at the start. We on the formation lap going through that hairpin, had some contact with Ted Seidel. And then I was all the way in the back, and I was honestly thinking of just rage quitting right then and there. But I decided to be persistent, and people kept wrecking, so I gained a lot of places.
Dude, you did really good tonight, man. You don't ever want to rage quit because you never know how the race is going to turn out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I did have you up on there, so I have a few questions. Was Grandma and Grandpa watching tonight?
I think so. It might be a little bit too late for them right now, so they might have called it quits.
Oh yeah. The best part about it is it's recorded, so they can always watch it when they're awake. Question number 2 is: have you talked your dad into getting you a rig yet?
He's working on it. We already have the Moza wheel. We just need I think the pedals are working now, but I don't know. But it's in development.
All right, my last and most important question, because everybody wants to see you and your dad race each other. Are you going to do any oval racing against him?
I don't know. I think he'd beat me. So unless I wreck him.
Well,
you don't know unless you don't try.
Exactly. Church, what you got for him?
Tyler, man, always like watching you, always rooting for you, man. Like I said, had some airport problems today, so I made it towards the end of the race. Didn't really get to watch any of it, but good to see you have a good finish, man. And like I said, I'm always rooting for you, and can't wait to get your own rig, see you get your own rig, and see what you can do.
Yep, thank you.
Give your shout outs, Tyler.
Yeah, shout out to my grandparents watching, and thank you God, and that's probably it. And thank you for Dad for buying all the sim racing stuff. That most of all, I wouldn't be here without all this, all this stuff without it. So
Well, I could tell you from personal experience, you got one of the coolest dads out there. Trust me when I say that.
yeah, I remember when I was first getting him into this, he was very hesitant until I said he got NASCAR. They had NASCAR on it. And then I think that was the worst mistake of his life, getting that subscription. It's quite the money hole.
Well, man, you worked yourself all the way up to a 4th place finish. Keep up the good work. You'll keep getting those points up, and we'll see you next week. All right, bye.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight at Long Beach. What we take away from this is it's a tight track, very tight track, and it's not every day that these guys get a chance to race this close together, especially on road courses. Because most of the road courses are pretty open for the most part. They ain't got walls on either side. It's not on actually city limit streets. So it was fun to watch. It was fun to call. Lots of wall taps and unfortunate events for a lot of different drivers, but they'll learn from it. They'll grow from it, and they'll move forward. As always, we want to thank our primary sponsor, which is Virtual Velocity Racing. The owner, Tim Lee. You can go over to Facebook, look in the group section, type in Virtual Velocity Racing. The owner's Tim Lee. Hit him up, ask to join. He'll let you join. And they race Next Gen Series on Thursday nights. I don't know if they've added any other series as of yet, but that's the one that I do know about. Other sponsors, we have C2 Gaming, My Three Sons, Track Racer, Polished Ass Boys, Speedy Trophies, Admin Box, Geomax, MCI Graphics, Stay Tuned Sports. We couldn't do any of this without any of our partners. So thank you to all the others. Thanks for Church for showing up. Better late than never. And
once again, I apologize for that. Missing 99% of the race due to airport issues. I made it in right at the end. So, I just want to apologize to everybody for that. I know it's fun hearing the, fun track facts and breaking news. So I'll just have to double up on that next week.
There you have it, folks. We're going to sign off for the night. Next race is going to be Circuit Zandvoort. We hope to see you all there. We are signing off. Have a good night, everybody.